You are listening to an All Games Radio Network broadcast of allgames.com.
Hi, this is Normie from Knuckleballer Radio and Zombie Cast, and you're listening to one of my favorite shows on the Geeky Antics Network. Don't forget to check out the rest of the gang over at geekyantics.net. Warning, there might be rants and food ahead and possibly inappropriate behavior. Don't tell anybody though.
And welcome back, geeks, gamers, ninjas, robots, and everybody else. It's HorsePLAY Live. Today is Thursday, April 28th, 2016, and this is episode 124, tentatively titled Whispers of the Dark Souls. What? I can't do it anymore.
Whispers of the old Dark Souls.
I was starting to do that like the preacher on The Simpsons.
Yeah,
you know, but before we get into all the fun ahead on this wonderful episode, I am joined by another crazy guy. I don't fucking know. I'm joined by everybody. You guys know him, guys. The man, the one and the only behind GeekyAntics.net. Guy behind the scenes, making it all happen. Yogizilla. What's up, dude?
Tuna Radio. We're here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep that going for as long as I can. And most people will be like, what are you talking about, Tuna Radio? Yeah. Let's go back to our, about 2 or 3 episodes. The Easter egg of sorts. Yeah. See? Why are we all going into newsy type voices? Who knows?
You got some white noise behind you today.
What? Oh, now you notice it? We had 20 minutes.
I'm just saying, like, it's just brand new. Like, did you mute Skype or something yet?
No, I have a fan on. It's freaking hot as balls here.
Okay. Is it? Okay, I'm still cold up here, man.
No.
I still have, like, if I was smart enough, I'd be having a short sleeve shirt on right now, or a long sleeve shirt on right now.
Yeah. That must be nice. I got, like, 4 or 5 months of insufferable, humid weather. That shouldn't be too bad. Let's see, we got...
So basically, you guys just need... So basically, when you get your vacation, right? So you basically, when that happens, you'll need to be able to come up here during the summertime so it's not so hot, right? Or would you rather see snow? And I'm talking about, like, you and your whole family. Okay, now... Wait. Hold on.
That was a
word. Not your whole family, but like the ones in your house. that live there every night.
As far as my better half is concerned, snow is a 4-letter word. She'll be like hells to her nose.
Okay, so then summertime. So then you guys can go to the one.
And to be honest, it'll probably just be me. She's not much for traveling anymore.
Well, see, but if she comes up, but if she comes up too, that means she gets pampered by my wife. And I guarantee she's going to want to do that.
I got to pull a lot of teeth. Trust me. You don't know.
Well, then start pulling, bruh.
It's pretty...
And hell, you know what? We'll make you drive up and we'll fly her first class. And then will that make her come?
No. Probably not.
Damn it.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've been like, hey, let's visit some of our other family. And... they go, all expenses to pay. Then all you got to do is come out and.
All right, so then my wife will fly down to her.
It'll be a swap.
I'm game. I'm game. She might not like that very well, but I'm definitely ready to go.
Hey, I think we, like me and her, like, but her more than me. I think we just got into the age where we just like our personal space, and we're not so much
Right.
antisocial, but it's like, small doses, people in small doses. Okay, this is good. This is nice.
See, I'm like that too. Well, with if you think about with Fifi, she's actually the opposite. She's actually has to be around a incredible amount of people. Like, because I mean, think about it. Her business.
Yeah.
She needs to see faces. She needs to do
Yeah, you
appointments
gotta
and
be
stuff like
outgoing
that.
for
So she's
sales,
got to be outgoing. So it's something that, like, I'm a total introvert. She's a total ultravert. Like, we're totally opposites of the spectrum. But I'm fine staying at home. I'm good.
I mean, the thing about being an introvert is that you can still be outgoing, but it's just a different kind of experience, you know?
I'm outgoing as shit on here.
Yeah, it's just...
I'm a huge outrovert when I'm online. But who isn't?
Yeah,
It just happens to be that most of my friends are online or they're around the world. That the only way I can really talk to them and conversate with what me and Yogi do here. The only way we can do this is get online. Hey, it's all good. Sometimes getting online is probably not the best for you if you're a perv or some other bullshit like that. But
well, alrighty.
If you're like me, you can just sit online all day long and never mind.
By the way, nobody's 86. What's up, brother? But
I said hi to him a while ago, bro.
I know, but I didn't say. I don't think I said anything. And he's our guilty. Well, he's my guilty. I don't think you play any games with him. I think you have you? No. Hey, he plays the Division, but he's mainly Elder Scrolls these days, and Gems of War on Xbox One.
Well, I got the two. We'll talk about that later.
Okay. Well, I want to do something different because, usually in Geeks Engage, we'll do call-ins and the kind of community segment and kind of talk about share reviews and stuff. But I want to kind of share in the top of the hour.
Okay.
We've had a lot of comments, and I want to thank the folks that take a minute out of their super busy schedules to leave a comment. Because you would think that I'm asking folks to, like, perform brain surgery or something to leave a comment. Because I see all the people reading our articles and visiting the website, and it's not like it's a hard process. Hopefully you know your name, and hopefully you know how to write sentences. I mean, that's pretty much it.
And guys, it's not even a comment to say like, "Oh, this was and I have a paragraph of words." Just, hey, oh, I like this, or hey, I like the part about this. Like, even a sentence is good. A word sometimes is good. Hey, cool article. Great, thank you.
Yeah, something. I mean, and I know some people say, well, your own people on your team and on your podcast don't even do that. And hey, you know what? If someone's got to take the first step, why not you? That's all I gotta say. So some people have left messages. Now, mind you, a lot of these are self-promotion, and that's sadly what a lot of people do. Is like, oh man, this article's on the top of Google search. So I'm gonna just leave a quick comment so I can get my link out there. All right, whatever, we'll take that. So Jacob Levine wrote, "Thanks so much. Been looking for another way to get bigger. Maybe stop by sometime. Twitch.tv/JWL Gator." Pharrell wrote, "This will help a lot. Been struggling for a little bit. Feel free to follow mine, and I'll gladly follow back." And this one is actually they didn't leave a link. So props to you for just sharing some love.
So
just
what are these comments on?
Geeky Antics.
Like for
website.
what topic?
One of our Twitch guides, one of our streaming/social media guides. The honest way to succeed in Twitch and social media.
I actually read that one. I need to go leave a comment on it.
So, awesome. Alicia says, awesome. Please follow my stream. Twitch.tv/savaged. Savaged? What? Saved GE Doll. Okay. Saved GE Doll. And then Fierce, and there's a bunch more like this, but Fierce, and there's been a slew of them, but I'm just reading the front page ones. Fierce wrote, "This article sheds some light on some things I haven't heard before. Very good info. I'll try to implement these." And this is great because a lot of the comments say the same thing. Like, if you look at all these, like, Twitch services, websites, and Twitch guides, even stuff from partner streamers, it's all the same bullshit. Well, you gotta stream consistently. You gotta have this kind of webcam. You gotta be engaging. Like, it's so generic. You might as well just say, I have 2 arms and 2 legs. Like, can you say something a little more specific? Like, it's stupid. Like, just be you. Oh, that's great, but like, no one gets the nitty gritty of it. And then when people do get to the nitty gritty, it's always about the tech side. And people are not struggling with the tech side. They just don't understand the social media side. And I hate to say it, and I said this before. I get off on this rant, but most people just grind. It's like, hey, I stream 8 to 10 hours a day and nothing's changing. Well, take some of that time that you're spending doing that and support other channels. Go on podcasts. Go on websites. Be part of communities. Give as much as you take. If you give more than you take, people will start giving back more. Mm-hmm. But that's really it. Like, if you think you're just gonna stream 24/7 and then suddenly build a huge channel, that works for some people. But I'm gonna tell you, it's just stupid luck. Right. Don't try to copy what they're doing if they succeeded, because chances are they just had dumb luck. Or they got big boobs. Hate to say it, but
or both.
Yeah. Or they know someone. They know the right people. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I know I've gone off on this rant before, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. It's just, when you look at any kind of content creation online, your main platform shouldn't be your only platform. You have to build around that and build a brand. This is what I do for a living. I've taken websites that had like maybe 10 visitors total in the lifetime of the site and got enough to get like 10 visitors per minute, 10-minute visitors per second, like, stuff like that. Huge difference, like get people to actually engage with their content, and that's just about traffic. It's also about what people do with that.
Why do you think I'm going to sign a lifetime contract with you?
I'm not saying it to toot my own horn or anything.
No, well, I'm just saying, like,
get people to hire me, but it's just.
I mean, guys, think about it. If and this is kind of I'm really plugging the shit out of Yogi right now. Think about it, guys. If you really truly want to know what it takes, this is for anybody that's watching us live here right now or listening to us on TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, Player FM, whatever. Wherever you guys are listening to us right now, if you really want to know what it takes, I suggest, okay, now time is very, 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 very limited. Okay, I suggest to be one of the first ones to say, Yogi, I want a one-on-one meeting. And like I said, guys, hear me out, Yogi, don't blow me up. Like I said, guys, time is very, very, very limited. This man is very, very busy because he's doing what he preaches. He's practicing what he preaches. Why do you think Geeky Antics is why it is right now? It's not because of me. Sorry. I'm just a voice. That's it. I'm just Obi. That's it. But if you guys really want to know, ask him. I mean, even just to sit here and while you guys are playing a game and you guys talk and he just explains, he can explain to you why he's playing a game.
Oh, yeah.
It really honest. If you guys want to know what it takes to actually truly succeed the right way, the honest way, a way that when you are finished and you're succeeded up there, you got your sub button, you got everything that you wanted. I know I brought sub button, but you got everything you guys wanted. You got and more. You can be truly happy because you actually done it how it's supposed to be done. You don't just know somebody, or you don't just. Now there'll be times where if you're that big, you'll give somebody a shot and be like, "Hey guys, go check out this guy and support that streamer," and then that streamer blows up. That's just.
But here's the thing too. A lot of the reason reasons people fail or give up with any venture is because they're using the wrong measures of success or progress. You know, if we measured our success by how many followers, how many viewers we had on Twitch, how many, followers we had on Twitch, then you can consider us a failure. But across all other fronts, collectively, and everything we've produced, Twitch is just a supplemental front for us, which is ironic because, we have literally the #1 content online as far as the attention that it gets, and how many people contact us with questions about how to be a better Twitch streamer. We know what it takes. It's just collectively as the Geeky Antics brand. Now, individually, some people on our team are pursuing Twitch partnership or Twitch milestones really hard, and that's great. And we rally for them and we help them out. But collectively, as the Geeky Antics channel, and it's not a huge priority for us because the thing is, you have to look at the return on investment. And the thing is, it's so easy for anyone to stream now that the amount of things you have to do to stand out versus what you get back, it's not a very good ratio.
Right.
And that's an unfortunate truth. And I'm not telling anybody not to stream on Twitch, but I'm saying you have your Twitch thing, but also explore other avenues. Don't let your brand be controlled and rest on a single platform. And that's really the ultimate thing. And with that, as you build the community, you build your audience, you network outside of Twitch, then you can, if you really love Twitch that much, or whatever your platform of choice is for video streaming, maybe, or just video period, it could be YouTube, then you bring people back to that. That's the smarter way to do it. That's just something I try to rally everyone to, because we love Twitch, we love the community here, but we don't leave we don't leave money on the table with what Twitch feels like doing. We don't let them decide what our value is.
We're because you think about it, most of our content, all of our content is in one central location at geekyantics.net. For you guys that want to go check that out, please go do it now. But it's not something like this. Basically, Twitch is, like you said, is just kind of like a jump point. It's just like we put our content on Twitch for those that want to see it. I mean, hell, I've seen it weeks, Yogi, that we've had 10 or 12 in live, but then we've gotten, 30 views or 50 views on it. It's not the point that people, it's the point that people are liking what we're doing. Okay? It's not losing train of thought really fast. I got other things on my brain.
Most people engage with our content after the fact,
Right, and it okay, I remember now. Twitch is just that jumping point. Like, it's there, but I guarantee you, if you miss us live, you can just type in Google HorsePLAY Live, Geeky Antics, or Geeky Antics. Just put in Geeky. Seriously, guys, put in Geeky in Google, and you can find us anywhere.
Yeah, we're coming up for Geeky Network, Geeky Podcast, Twitch Tips, Twitch Guides, all kind of stuff. A lot of our content's popping up, and then more stuff coming up. We actually got some partnerships coming up with some big players. But we're mainly focusing on podcasting and written content because that return on investment is much better right now. And unfortunately, it's because there's a barrier to entry. Yeah, it's too hard to be a podcaster, but it takes more effort than being a Twitch streamer. And you can suck as a Twitch streamer and be the most boring, dull person, but you get by on looks.
Right. Well,
you can't do it on podcasting.
You think about it, how I guess I'm doing it, and I guess you're doing the same way, but we're doing our podcast, we're doing this, you're Geeky Antics, I'm doing other things that are still in the works, so I don't want to talk about them too much, but then we both go back to and we stream some. Because our viewers on our stream are the listeners or are our friends that we've accumulated through Geeky Antics that just support us. Literally, if you think about it, all the people that you have on your stream, you have a few more that you've acquired that I don't even know have no clue who they are. But so do I. I have people on there that you're like, oh, hey, a new guy. I've never seen this guy before. And it's not anything. It's just that's just what's going on. Like, but we're with our podcast, with with the NSFW, with Fatal Blades, and myself, which will be this Saturday at 2 p.m. And then you have YogiZilla with Time YBT Team, which is at noon on Saturday. And then you have all the other things that we're doing, like HorsePLAY Live. Yogi's doing some other stuff. He's got some other stuff going on with, say, the UCL, Unified Combat League. Go check them out, unifiedcombatleague.com. I'm shouting everybody out right now. But I just realized, I'm just pawing up. You guys go check all these guys out. But still.
Dropping.
Exactly, right? But you go, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like a widespread, it's just like, it's like an umbrella, right? You're at the center of it, and you're just branching out to all these different locations, and then it all funneling back down into one spot. That's all we're doing. Anyway, guys, before we get into this, because I just went off on something I don't even remember what I was talking about. Tonight on the show, though, yeah, we're just starting. Just a little bit of new guys. Got a lot of bit of the game everyone is talking about. Dark Souls. You fucked that up, all. We're gonna keep the conversation.
That was deliberate.
We're gonna keep
a lot of it.
Yeah, we're gonna keep the conversation going, guys, on the division. We're also going to be talking about what we've been playing and watching. Lots of TV in this episode. We have lots of TV because we've been watching a shit ton of it. Maybe we'll free ball about some random stuff, even some stuff that you guys want to talk about in chat. Okay? And by the way, if you're new to the show, I would just like to say,
welcome to our silly party.
woo! That threw me off. HorsePLAY Live is where geeks come to play and get in trouble. Yeah. We're the flagship talk radio show for Geeky Antics Network in collaboration with allgames.com. Our show covers all the aspects of geek culture with a special focus on indie and strategy games, technologies, rants, issues that geeks face, and, of course, community events we try to put on ourselves or even be a part of. Did I say rant? Yeah, we rant a lot. Over stupid shit. Like rants. We rant over ranting. Hell, sometimes we even talk about tabletop and retro gaming and food.
Oh, food.
Just because. But for now, Yogi's going to tell you guys a little bit more about HorsePLAY Live.
Speaking about food, I had some beer-battered onion rings yesterday. They're delicious.
Disgusting.
And I want to say, oh, yeah, so you don't like onions, I'm sorry. But for those that do, I want to say one thing back to weird online culture, especially Twitch community, the Twitch culture. And we love this. We've met a lot of great people. We are invested in Twitch, believe me. But there's some weird things like, why is it that people on Twitch channels, they read the chat and people put TPH after everything, which stands for I'm not that old that I don't know what it means, to be honest. But it's so weird. It's like, oh, just eating my boogers, TPH. How are you, TPH? Like, what the hell? Like, it's anyway. So we're a live show and we are uncut, and we are definitely rant heavy. Because we're a late night show, we do tend to go a little off the cuff and we get a little crazy. But at this time, we're like, that's it. The gloves come off, and we just want to have fun, let loose, and that's something we hope that you join us in on. We may say something offensive, but we just ask that you keep an open mind and have fun with us, because really, I think we do a good job of managing expectations. With a name like HorsePLAY, you kind of have to expect the shenanigans are abound.
True that. And really, if we say something that pisses you off or hurts your feelings, get over it. Don't forget, geeks, HorsePLAY Live is every Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific on Twitch channels Geeky Antics and YogiZilla. HorsePLAY Live replay is also available earlier on Thursdays around 5 p.m. on allgames.com. That's Eastern Time for you. Oh, my God. Now, we're going to flip the script just a little bit here. Ass. Instead of Obi on the podium, I know Yogi has a few little gear grindings going on here lately. So, what I'm going to do right here, I'm not going to take this Obi in the pody. It's going to be Yogi on the pody. Yogi, what is grinding your gears?
Oh, I think I already shared it.
There's another one. Go.
There's another one?
Yep, get it. Come on.
Is it about Madden?
Yeah.
Oh, you talk about how this connected, always on bullshit. Yeah, I do have to talk about that. We are not ready for a digital-only future, and we are also not ready for always on bullshit. These fucking games and I love online games, but if I'm playing a single-player game and my internet goes out and you tell me I just lost a half hour's worth of fucking gameplay, fuck your mother and fuck your grandmother too. That's fucking bullshit. I was freaking destroying. Who was I playing? Was it the Seahawks? Yeah. No. Was it Seahawks? I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I was destroying them. I mean, it was like 80 and 13 or something like that. And then I played them, and then like the last 2 minutes, I had like a brief 10-second, 30-second Comcast obligatory hiccup, because Comcast is full of shit. And then I came back online, and even though I came back online, it said, well, you were disconnected, so your record won't be saved, your game won't be saved. Like, the fuck kind of shit is that? Why can't you save it offline, and when I reconnect, synchronize? Is it so I don't cheat? What kind of bullshit is that? Like, who's gonna fucking hack in a Madden game? Like, is it that serious? See what you started, OB? I was gonna let it go.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, that's what grinds Yogi's gears.
Fucking shit.
And now it's time for the obligatory news and rants.
Ding. Where do we start?
At the top.
The Smite Spring Fling. It's a thing.
It is.
It's live.
I looked it up right now.
It's happening right now.
Exactly.
Yep. Right meow. Hashtag right meow.
Meow? Exactly.
You could, meow? Meow?
Yeah.
What's BFT when you need them?
No, right meow.
I think BFT's mad at me. I'll get into it when we talk about Dark Souls.
I think BFT's mad at everybody. I pissed him off the other day, too.
We still love you, BFT, but I understand. You might need.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. He'll
be back. But he's our bandhammer, collectively as Geeky Antics.
Right. So you can join the Smite channel, Smite the game. I think it's the official channel. And or Smite game. I forget what. I don't know. Or one of those. But
yeah,
one of them. Fine.
Yep.
You join the channel. You can watch people eat bugs. You could watch battles, and then all while doing that, fight cancer. It's a good deal.
Oh, nice. That's a good way to do it. Fight cancer by eating your boogers.
Yes.
Awesome.
No, I said bugs, didn't I? Did I say boogers?
Eating bugs, whatever. Bugs, boogers, same thing.
High in protein, but gross either way. Yeah.
For you guys that are waiting on the beta for this game, I'm waiting on it too. You guys can check it out right here in chat. For those that are live, Overwatch open beta May 5th to 9th. Guys, listen very closely. Those that are here right now, we still have it next week. I'm going to check out what day exactly it is. I think it's Friday. It's going to be next Thursday through. Yes. So if you guys are here, you guys would have already heard this. You'll hear it at 5 again. All right, you guys go listen next Thursday at 5 p.m. to HorsePLAY Live, and you'll hear this. Thursday, May 5th, starting probably, I don't know what time. But you guys can go check it out. It's going to be Xbox. Is it Xbox? Is it all platforms?
Yes.
So all platforms. So you'll see myself. You'll see Yogi. You'll see everybody that is on Xbox here. We'll be playing it, probably rocking it out because we do want to check it out in case we want to buy it. Hearthstone. Oh, go ahead, Yog.
Oh, by the way, it's early access for the beta for those that have the game pre-ordered. And I think you can still do it. I believe Amazon is honoring that too if you pre-order it, and you don't even have to pay money. You just pre-order it. They'll give you
All right, so
early
forget
access.
forget everything I said. Still come and listen to us at 5 p.m. though.
No, I'm just saying. If you want it, if May 5th is not soon enough for you, you can get in like a day or two early. I forget what it is by pre-ordering.
But like
as soon as possible.
this is an open beta for everybody, guys. So it's still good. So May 4th, when you're on Xbox, as soon as it pops up, you can get it. So
May 5th.
May 5th. Well, May 4th, like at midnight. When it turns May 5th, it'll start. You should be able to do it, so you can get it downloaded while you sleep. Unless you're like me and you stay up till 10. Anyway.
So hey, our old friend Hearthstone.
Who?
The game. Yeah, remember the game that your wife was really into before Gems of War consumed her soul? So Hearthstone just had a huge update. And it's not the typical expansion that they've been doing. It's called Whispers of the Old Gods. And what they did, they did a lot of stuff. We'll talk about when we get into what we've been playing, what we've been watching, but a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff they've done. New cards, UI changes, new ways to play, change to the meta. It's crazy. But again, it's the only complaint I have with Blizzard. They have a lot of problems with launches because it seems like every time they launch something, there's always hiccups. This time there was long queue times and random disconnections, which if you're playing ranked and you get disconnected and it counts as a loss, it's kind of a pisser. It's why I don't do it ranked as much, because usually when I play Hearthstone these days, unless I'm streaming it, it's usually I'm usually doing it on mobile. And I still love the game. It's a great game. It's really fun. My only concern with Hearthstone is that it's like one of those games that you need to carve out time for, because the matches aren't as long as I'd like. Like Hearthstone matches are getting to the point now where it's like, at the time I could do a Hearthstone match, I could probably play a match of a MOBA. And it's like at that point it's like,
True.
Yeah, that's kind of how I look at it now. But Hearthstone is always a goodie. We talked about this. What was that? About a month ago. We talked about how Fable Legends was canceled and kind of how it happened out of nowhere, and Lionshead Studio being shut down, and just kind of what a shame that is for Microsoft and fans of the Fable franchise. But it's interesting because apparently several members of the dev team have expressed interest in keeping the project going. The thing is, what does Microsoft want? Are they willing to let it go? Are they willing to greenlight it as an independent project? I don't know. They can license it and then let them do their own thing. Who knows? So that should be interesting.
Might be one of the best games that comes out.
Well, what's interesting is,
Just saying.
I went to look at Fable Legends because that was part of the preview, the closed beta, and it let me download an update. But I paused it because I'm like, that's a big update. It was like a 26 gig update or something ridiculous, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want people like Comcast jerking off to all the money I'm making them. So I'm like, I don't want to download this update and then find out it doesn't work. So we'll see until they confirm for sure if it's coming back or not, and if I'll actually end up playing it. But for what I got to play, it was fun, and it was pretty neat.
They were trying to give you the game for free, and you just said no.
Well, it's gotta be free anyway. It's a free-to-play type game.
No, that's what the update was. Is they were trying to give you the game, so it was done, and there you go, and you got it. But you said no, so you lost the game.
Robbie says that it sounds like a bit of a publicity stunt to him. It's very possible.
Be nice if he was over here on this channel. Sorry.
What did you say in the Kiki Antics?
Oh, he did.
Robbie is nobody's 86, bro.
Oh, my bad.
Wow. It's okay, Robbie. OB's not really all there, but we still love him anyway.
Sorry. No, I'm not all there. I'll admit that.
So
Take that back. What, that I'm not all there? What? I can't do that, sir. I can't lie.
Well, no, you calling him out. Like, well, say it in this channel, or say it, or did it happen? And like, well, he did say it in here. Where else would you think?
Yours and your channel. Sorry.
When people talk in the simulcast channel, I just tell them come over to the main channel. The only reason I bring up that channel because for some reason
I said I was sorry.
Sometimes I get a lot more viewers a lot of times I get a lot more viewers when I stream on my personal channel. And the only reason I still stream on my channel is just to bring it back to Geeky Antics. But I'm pretty much 100% back like on Geeky Antics and streaming on there. But you know, like right now I'm watching like tons of people go in and out on my channel. It's like, what is it about? Is it the name that they like? I don't know. Did they go straight down to like the Y names? Who knows? So
Probably so.
It's alphabetical sorting and they like sort it from like last letter to the. Like, it's like, instead of ascending, it's descending. So they start off at like, you know, X, Y, Z. Yeah, they start off as Z. I can't even think my alphabet for a second. I'm trying to say it backwards. Like, I'm not drunk, I swear. So anyway, Microsoft has also confirmed that they will no longer be manufacturing Xbox 360 consoles. It's officially the end of that generation as far as circulation of them, but I'm sure they still patch out stuff and support it. So, yeah, and with that, they've also teased plans for a new updated Xbox One. Though Phil Spencer has said that he doesn't like the idea of iterative hardware. So it makes you wonder what it will be, because PlayStation, Sony has already said the PS Neo is a thing. Is that the PS 4K? It's the PS Neo. And as expected, it's not the 4K powerhouse that many would think it would be. It's got a faster processor. It's got more RAM, more hard drive space. It's got a stronger graphics processor. But as far as the processing power, like the video power is better. So really, what it's gonna be the game's gonna have more polish, like more particle effects, slightly more, I don't know, polygons. Just a little more polished, but it's not gonna be like, oh, now you can play your games in 4K. Like, stop it, people. I don't even know why people really thought that was gonna happen. Because even if it was 4K, it would have been like 4K display, but not actual 4K resolution. And the big difference between desktop and screen area and actual resolution and pixel depth. And people don't get that. And I could say I'm running 4K right now, but that doesn't mean the image is gonna look good. It could be like a freaking 100 by 100 image just to 4K, and then it'll look like shit. And people can't seem to wrap their head around that, but whatever. Nobodies. Have fun at work, brother. Always good to have you here, man.
Later, homie.
So anyway, I won't harp on that too much, but I have mixed feelings about it. I think I've always said that this is kind of the direction that the console market has to go into to keep up with PC. But I think this is the wrong way to go about it, because it doesn't sound sexy to me to have to like rebuy hardware. That's kind of the benefit of buying a console, is having it last for you at least 4 to 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that that's gonna last you that long. But they're saying they're still gonna support the older versions, but basically we're gonna get watered down versions of software. Developer response has pretty much been unanimous that they're not gonna develop for the new specs, but they'll be like, it'll basically be something where it'll detect if you have the hardware capability, and then it'll give you the little extra pizzazz, So that's cool. I mean, we called it on the show, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And then no way they were gonna make it like, oh, you could change your settings, because you can open up anti-aliasing and particle effects and occlusive lighting and ambient occlusion or whatever, all kind of stupid shit, and people would be like, what the fuck is this? Like, console gamers would lose their shit. They wouldn't know what to do. Frame locking, what's that? They're quick. People are quick to say, oh, it's 60 FPS instead of 30, so that's good. But you start getting into like what that really means, they don't realize it's a performance hit.
A big performance hit.
There's always a trade-off.
That's
unless
why.
You're like,
that's why the only streamers that you really see running 1080p are those streamers that have those, super monster computers that can actually, and that have the really good internet too.
Yeah.
A lot of us guys, streamers, really, all you need to stream it is 720.
And again, I say if you're streaming it at 1080p, can you imagine just allowing streaming at 4K? It's just gonna be so many dick moves. But hey, go for it. I want people to do more of that bleeding edge stuff. If you want to take a shit on everybody that can't afford to like download that much data to watch your stream, then you're gonna lose people.
Right.
This is a dick move. And yeah, you could change if you mess around with it. You could change the settings in the transcoder on the client side. But a lot of people don't know how to do that. It's not very user friendly. So usually people are gonna use the source resolution, and that's a lot of fucking data. People like me, I'm not the only one that has to pay for data usage. You're fucking taking that shit over that person data usage. It's like the equivalent of like when people used to pay for text messages, and you have that one friend that would think it's free somehow and just bomb your phone. And you're like, dude, you're costing me tons of money right now to bullshit. And then instead of writing a whole sentence, you're putting like 10 words in separate messages. Fuck you.
True.
It's that kind of thing.
Hate those guys.
A lot of ranting tonight. Back to betas. There's been a lot of betas going on. Gears of War 4 beta. That's going on right now. Have you played this yet, Obi?
No, I was going to, but when is it? Right now? Like, when does it start? Today?
Oh, it's already started. It started a couple days ago.
Damn. Unless I downloaded it for some reason. I don't know. I'm just watching my OBS just drop frames like crazy right now.
Yay! Imagine if you were streaming at 4K. That'd be even better.
No, but I don't know. I don't have anything going. I don't know why I'm dropping frames.
Oh, man. Hey, there's BFT.
The internet.
Yay. But if you reach level 20 in the beta, you unlock a special costume and skin for one of the characters in the game and some other shit. They've done this before. They did this with Gears 3. I'm enjoying it. It's more of the same. I don't know. I think, again, another thing I have mixed feelings about. It's like I enjoy it, and I know it'll be a good game. I don't know if I'll get it right away. I don't know. I feel like Gears is like a product of its time. Like it's a game that looks really good, plays really well, but I feel like it's another thing where it's very niche. It's like kind of like Dark Souls. Like you'll either really love it or you'll be like meh. And I don't know where I'm at with it. Like I enjoy it. But I think it's gonna come down to like if people, what are people playing it, and if they're gonna be playing it religiously, then I'll jump on board. The thing also with it is it doesn't feel like they've done that much to the games to evolve it for next gen or the new gen, whatever you want to say. And it's one of those things where, do you keep it the same so people don't complain that you messed it up, or do you take a risk and try to add some new stuff? They added some slightly new stuff. They have bounties now. And every game seems to be doing this. Because Doom did that too. Where you activate, a hack or a bounty. And then that's a goal that you have for that round. And if you hit it, you get a reward. Titanfall did it too. Kind of similar thing with the burn cards. Battlefield, I think, had the same thing going too. But doesn't Battlefield 4 have something like that? I don't remember now. By the way, it's like a common thing. It's like someone's got to have some kind of other ideas to just keep it little extra touches here and there that won't change the core experience. But you'll say, hey, they're really thinking and addressing like what's going on. Like one of my biggest concerns is the hammer burst still seems like an as-tastic weapon. Like everybody either uses the Gnasher or the Lancer, and that's it. And then and pretty much Gears of War PvP. I hate to say it, but it devolves to roll, shotgun someone in the back. And they do have something new. You can pull people out from behind cover. That's pretty cool. But it still comes down to roll, shotgun. And who's better at like rolling and dodging and then aiming the shotgun? That's kind of what it comes down to for the most part.
Right.
And right now, I think if I'm gonna play a cover-based shooter, I'll stick to the Division. So I don't hate it. I just don't feel like I'm very compelled yet. But I'll try to hit level 20 if we get a group going, and we'll see from there. So at least I have that option. But other than that, all progress is gonna be reset once they release the game. So just a heads up.
Unless you get 20, and then you get a special what?
Well, yeah, I was saying beyond the stuff that you unlock, all the other progress will be erased.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never a Gears of War fan, really. And I'm looking at it on Xbox right now, and I don't really... I don't know. There's a few other games that are going to be coming out here in the near future. That I was looking at more than Gears of War.
Well, Gears is not set till, I think, fall. It's like the holiday season. The usual, like the big season for video games.
Yeah, but I'm like with like everybody else's, like you only spend so much on games. I'm the same way. I can only, honestly and truly, there's hundreds of games coming out, but what games do I want to play the most? Of course, like I've already made up my mind that, for right now until we can get everything situated with the new house and everything, I'm going to be an Xbox gamer. So I'm going to be looking at Xbox games. Let's see, what game is that's coming out? I just saw it. Gigantic's going to be coming out.
That's free to play though. So
yeah.
Overwatch coming out.
There's a game that I saw yesterday that I just, where's it at? I can't think of it now. Some bitch.
How soon is it coming out?
I just seen it here. I just gotta find it. Give me a second. I think it was one of them was Battleborn. I really want to get that one. And then there's another one that there it is. It's called Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Oh, the hardcore game.
And me and Fatal are gonna be getting that one. And then of course, the new WWE game is gonna be coming out, and me and Fatal plan on get that one so that we can kind of tie it in with the NSFW and whatnot. But it's just like I only have so much for games. Like I was talking to my wife about it, and I don't remember exactly what I said, like how much it was, but it was like a couple $100 a year, like for games. So that's gonna equivalent to 3 or 4 games max, right?
Yeah.
So like I need to be selective on what I'm gonna play, because I already play a shit ton of games now.
Yeah, I think it's not even a money thing. It's just how much time you have. Like, a lot of people are saying right now, like, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and everybody's like, this is, like, the worst time for the gaming industry. There's going to be a video game crash. There's another video game drop. There's nothing to play. And I'm like, I don't know what kind of stuff you like, but I feel like there's an abundance of video games. But, again, I'm not that guy that's, like, super excited about single-player stuff. I like the multiplayer stuff, and that's the direction of things, and I'm loving it. This is like the best time for games we've had it in a while, and I'm enjoying it because I'm not overwhelmed by an abundance of games, so I get to focus on the games that I do have on my plate and milk the shit out of them.
Right, and you got to think about it too. Anything that you're gonna get, like you're gonna go off to, maybe not necessarily me or necessarily anybody like here, but like me, I'm gonna go off to Fatal. I'm gonna talk to you and be like, hey, I was thinking about Resident. And this is a free game on Xbox, but like Resident 2 Evil Revelations, are you guys going to get that? It's multiplayer. Yeah, we're going to get it. And then I'm going to get it just because you guys are going to get it. Basically, because then I'm going to have somebody to play with. Hey, we're going to get the that golf game, Power Star Golf. That's a fuck around game. All right, let's get it. Just because it's free. We pick it up, and I mean, if you guys, for some odd reason, if you don't have Xbox with Gold, Live with Gold, something's wrong with your shit. You need to get fixed. But they just released a game like with Gold, like I didn't think it was going to be on there. I don't remember what it was though. That's the shitty part.
Sunset Overdrive?
Yeah. Sunset Overdrive. But if you didn't get that game, like, shame on you.
It's a great game. It's very underrated. It went from being a very hyped game to be like an underdog game. It's a game that a lot of people missed somehow, and I think it's a fantastic game. So definitely get it if you don't have it. But we got a few more pieces of news here. Elder Scrolls Online next DLC has been confirmed for May 21st, and that's Dark Brotherhood. That's all I'm gonna say. I've been taking a little bit of a break from Elder Scrolls Online. I just, I still love the game, and I feel bad because a lot of people are like, "Yo, when you come back to the game, it's just." The problem with MMOs, after a while, it doesn't feel like a job, and I got so much stuff going on right now, and it's like, I go on there, it's like I gotta sort through my inventory, I gotta put all this stuff in the store, restock the shelves, I gotta check our guild bank and make sure everything's stacked neatly in there, because for some reason the guild bank doesn't stack items, so everything's in the individual slots, and there's such a minutia of stuff to do. Farm for crafting materials, and check my mail, and that's before I can even start taking on dungeons and doing raids and PvP and all this stuff. It's like, and it's nothing wrong with it. It's just it's a time sink, and I just kind of bums me out after a while. It's like, Jesus, what am I doing? So, and I'm gonna unplug it from the game. It's still a fantastic game, though. I really stand by it. It's one of the best MMOs I've played in a while.
Totally off topic. Do you remember the game called Altered Beast?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna send you.
I'm a Sega fanboy.
I'm gonna send you $5, and I'm gonna get it. We're gonna get it. It's for the Xbox One backwards compatibility.
Does it have online co-op?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna.
That game is so deliciously.
Dude, that's your Retro Friday game right there. We just played that for 4 hours.
If that game was.
I love that game, dude, on Sega.
Genesis or Mega Drive, depending what part of the world you're in, has some of the best co-op experience. You had Altered Beast, Forgotten Worlds, Sonic 2.
Is it not co-op? Yeah, it is.
Cyborg Justice.
It's not. Okay, never mind, dude. I'm gonna get it for me though.
Gunstar Heroes.
It's only you can only do it multiplayer on your same console.
Oh, locally, yeah.
Going local. That
Thinking,
sucks.
this random thought. Somehow it made me think about pinball. I think Zen Pinball just came out with some new. What was it? Pinball FX. Zen Studio makes pinball FX, doesn't they? Yeah. They just they came out with new tables for that. That's another game I need to play some more. Pinball FX too. Oh, I like that game. I still love pinball. I would suggest, you can get the base game for free, and then if you like it, you like the way the table feels, buy a table or two. It's worth it. And then we could compete for scores. Maybe we could have a little asynchronous leaderboard. Oh, we could have an ongoing pinball sort ladder, like a leaderboard. Geeky Antics, a Geeky Antics community, the gang pinball leaderboard. That's what we'll do. That could be cool. If you're interested in that, let me know. We could organize that. Because that's something that we don't have to be on at the same time, and we coordinate it like that. That'd be fun. Yeah. And I'll set up a little microsite or something for it. Dedicated page or something. Or do a weekly post on our Facebook page, something like that.
Oh, dude, I was gonna ask Robbie before he left.
What?
Come play Madden with us, damn it.
Robbie's a PS4 slut. I don't think he does Xbox One.
I thought you said he had.
Kevin has Xbox One.
Kevin. Okay, I get him all. Don't tell him I said that.
Robbie sticks to. Alright, so Dark Souls news. The Dark Souls 3, still one of the most played and most streamed games out there. A lot of fans are saying it's the best of the series, and others are saying it's uninspired, cut and paste crap. Who knows what to believe? But one thing is true: the online support for original Dark Souls, Prepare to Die edition, at least on PC, has been shut down. That's kind of whack. Also, From Software's confirmed that Dark Souls 3 will have a second DLC that'll come out in 2017 with more on the way. So they're gonna keep supporting this one, but they also said that there won't be any future games after this is the last one. In fact, the series director Miyazaki said that they're done, but you never know what the future holds. He basically, actually, the exact quote was, "What is certain for now is, to me personally, Dark Souls is over. So rather than make another sequel, I think it's time we take a step to a new direction." This is a really bad translation. Development of a new IP has already begun. Now, will it be something like Bloodborne, another Dark Souls-ish game, or will it be something completely brand new? Who knows? But one thing that's interesting about Dark Souls, well, we'll get into it later because we got to move on, but that concludes our news segment. And I think we'll do some quick shout-outs and move on. Sound good, Obi?
Sure.
So some shout-outs and love. There's a lot of April babies out there, and we can't cover all of them. There's more than I realized. Actually, John from VGO is also an April baby. And I didn't realize just how many April babies there are until I started looking on our community and on Facebook and all over the place. It's like, Jesus, it's crazy. BFTC Dark Souls not shut down on PC. No, I got a press release that said that they're shutting down the online service for Dark Souls. Like they're gonna shut down the support unless they lied in that press release.
They lied to you, Mo.
They discontinued the online support, so I don't know if that's a bad translation or what. But
Man, they just lied to you straight up.
I don't know.
They're like, hey guys, YogiZilla from GeekAntics.net is watching or looking at this. Let's lie to him, see if he believes it. Sucker.
Maybe they just sent out a press release and they were like, "Oh yeah, we meant to shut it down, but it was like an issue they had and they didn't want to admit it. Like they broke something, so it's easy to say that they shut it down on purpose. Oh yeah, we meant to do that. So I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully they don't do that because, like, to me, the most compelling thing is the online support. Single player, yeah, it's not me. It's not doesn't make me excited for the most part. Anyway, more shoutouts. Tangent Bound Network. What up? Ghost and Demon Show. AM Audio Media. Unified Combat League. Modern Septic Services. And everybody, all our awesome friends, sponsors, our heroes over at geekyantics.net / sponsors. Bobby, you ready to jump into the quickie?
Sure.
Are you gonna do your thing?
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Okay. Quickie.
That's all you got?
Yep, I'm spent. That was a quickie.
So I was letting Blue out. She wanted to go out the man cave. But anyway, the Division Week 8 report. It's gonna be very, very quick. I don't think we have too much to talk about for the Division this week. I don't know if you've played it much. I haven't played it much. And it's not that I'm not enjoying it. It's just I'm at this point with video games where I just want to sample everything. And I look in my library and I'm like, oh, I feel like playing this right now. And I just like to switch it up, and it's nice, when you look at Steam, you look at your Xbox One library, you see all these cool things to play. It's like, yeah, let me give this a watch today. I'm kind of in the mood for that right now. And the Division suffers from the same problem that Elder Scrolls is, just that as bad. It's just like, get on there and it doesn't feel like work. But the grind of nowhere, like Elder Scrolls is like a freaking full-time job, but there's some grinding in the Division if you really want to be competitive in it. And I noticed one thing, Obi.
I didn't do it.
Far less people seem to be playing it this week.
Yeah.
You know what else I noticed?
What?
A lot more people are going back to Diablo 3 of all games.
Yeah.
Or playing Dark Souls 3. That's everybody. In my
Yeah,
friend
no,
list is
everybody that I have on my friends list are all playing. People that are not IQ, they're all playing Dark Souls 3. Even Luna. Like
Luna was playing?
Right now, Luna's playing Dark Souls 3.
Oh, really? Oh, that slut. Yeah, I seen the... My friends was split kind of 50-50, like Diablo 3 and Dark Souls 3. So it's kind of fresh to see someone people playing something old. Because playing something new is like the flavor of the moment. We'll see how much the hype, goes on.
I just messaged Warkid and told him to hurry up and play his game so he can destroy you. And
I'm not gonna play him anytime soon. I'm not playing him tomorrow or Saturday.
What?
So you can say goodbye to that. Cause
Come on,
I
man.
got stuff to do.
Yeah.
No, you guys have to wait for the big match. We know who's gonna win.
Exactly. We know who's gonna win. So like, I want to start. I want to get the next season going, man.
Listen, I got other stuff to do. You guys can see me get embarrassed.
It's
soon
not.
enough.
It's not all about you, Yogi.
You know, I don't even care. You can just give him the win. I don't care.
No, he said he's gonna. He said he's gonna play like a 4-year-old.
Oh, yeah. I don't think.
My son's pretty good though.
Listen, Warkid doesn't know how to play casually and just enjoy a game. He's such a tryhard. I love him to death, but he's one of those people that's like, the most fun you can have in a video game is winning. And I'm more like, no, the fun is just having fun with it. If you're trying so hard that it's becoming like a job, then it starts to be less fun. Like I'm not trying to make money off of the game and like perfect the art of whatever game I'm playing. It's not that serious for me. To an extent, I'll be competitive, but after it stops being fun, then no.
All right, we're getting off track now.
No. Will you stop it?
What?
Part of the spiel. Anywho, there's a lot of outrage about the exploits and balancing issues in the division. It was crazy. I shared it to our Facebook page. There was a Fox News reporter that even like ranted about it. They had this segment where they were talking about they interviewed a college student, and the college student shared 10 things you should learn before graduating college so you can be better prepared for life, something like that. And it was like how to balance your checkbook, how to make responsible decisions, how to make friends wherever you go and network. Really sound advice. And then like the last one was how to gear out your character in a division so you don't die like a noob. and then the reporter went on like added his own base like, but yeah, sadly, freaking Ubisoft nerfed everything, and then they won't do anything about the cheaters and the exploits, so the whole game is imbalanced. Thanks a lot, Ubisoft. I may have added that last part. It's just funny, like, you did not expect it from this guy at all. So this game, like, love it or hate it, it's the talk of the town. Like, it's hit the mainstream. It's kind of funny just seeing it. Just evening news, just some random dude talking about a division. The other thing that was kind of brutal, we talked about, we touched upon it last time with the rewards being shut down because of the exploits. So there was no incentive for doing incursions and other. So there was certain things they shut down rewards on because people were exploiting them. But the biggest thing was on Xbox One. I don't know if it was on other platforms, but on Xbox One, people were losing their accounts entirely on a division. So like all their progress, all their loot gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if maybe subconsciously that was part of the reason I didn't play as much. I just like got scared when I found out that was happening to people. I'm like, I don't want to. Yeah, I'm sure that if we put in a ticket, eventually they'll fix it. But I don't want to have to go through that headache. It's like, I hate going through any kind of support. Like right now, I'm eligible for like a phone upgrade, and I could use a phone pretty bad because I've beat this one up pretty. I never dropped my phone. Of course, wouldn't you know it? I end up dropping this phone, and usually my phone will last a long time. But I don't want to call the company up and go through all the spiel because using the website sucks. Anywho.
Right. And speaking of Madden, we were just talking about that. If you do have Xbox Live with Gold, you can play Madden NFL 16 for free.
Isn't that with EA Access?
That's with Gold. Nope.
It's free with games with Gold. Are
I'm
you
looking
sure
at it right now.
You sure?
Prepaid. Dude, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Games with Gold. Get more with Gold. Madden NFL 16. Play. Free play days games says Gold.
Oh, for free play days. Yeah, they do like different games they put on rotation to play for free. Yeah. but not gonna stay free. I think like Battlefield 4 was on free play days of a bunch of times. Yeah, yeah, that's a cool thing. It's kind of like Steam free to play weekends. All right, so let's jump right into it. That's all we got in the division this week. Still a fantastic game.
And hell, really, if you want to buy, and if you want to buy it, it's usually $60. Deals with gold, you get it for $19.80. Anyway,
$20.
Yep.
Or you can just get EA access,
Which is only $30 for the year, and you get it forever.
Yeah. I feel like the Madden game should come out at the price point of like $20-$30. And then they could like have microtransactions for bullshit stuff for like the hardcore people. But anyway,
you buy like money for packs and stuff.
Yeah, kind of like doing Madden Mobile, you know.
Yep.
BFT said he'd be playing Dark Souls 3 now, but his fingers hurt from playing Guile in Street Fighter 5. He's out now, and he says Dark Souls 3 is very good. Yeah, I want to hold off on it. I got Dark Souls 2. I dusted that off. That's plenty Dark Souls for me. We'll talk about that in a bit, though. So yeah, let's just jump into it. What we've been playing, what we've been watching. It's kind of what you gotta do. Everybody else is doing it. It's just the thing that people do. The water cooler conversation. Dolby, let's start off with some TV. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched the show Lucifer?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Chip recommended this show, and I finally jumped on it, even though it's a Fox show, so that already makes me a little apprehensive.
I watch it because it has the devil in it. Sorry.
I watch it because it has a hot cop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's pretty cute. She's too skinny, though. Have you noticed her eyebrows are really long?
Yeah.
Did you notice? Like, it's just finally clear. I mean, there's something about her that's like, I don't know if it's weird, but it's distinctive. And they're super long.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of neat, though. Like, they go almost across her whole forehead.
Yeah, she's got that unibrow almost going.
Yeah, but it works for her, though. She's,
I don't think a unibrow works for anybody, dude. Just saying.
I mean, the way she has it works for her. They're not actually connected. Now, if they actually did connect, that'd be pretty funny. But she's pretty. She's got a pretty face.
That'd be hilarious, dude. If they actually connect.
But I like the, you know, it's a formulaic show in a way, I gotta say, but it's fun. Like, it's a cop procedural, and you know, there's a lot of cop dramas out there, but the whole aspect of, you know, Lucifer leaving hell to go on vacation and getting into caught up with human drama, it's fun, and I like where they're going with it. I didn't think it'd be as good as it is. And I know some of you religious folks out there are like, oh, that's blasphemous. It's like, it's fiction. Like, God's not going to freaking throw a lightning bolt at you for watching the show named Lucifer. Or naming your kid Lucifer. He named his own son Lucifer. It's cool.
Wait, what? Okay, never mind. We're not getting into that discussion.
That's kind of the lore they go with. Like, you know, that's his favorite son, but he did something bad, so he had to make an example of him. At least that's the story that the show goes with. You know, and Lucifer has daddy issues, so he lashes out.
Lucifer, okay.
That's the story's version of the lore.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No, it's
canonical...
fine. I don't understand that Lucifer was nothing to do with God. He was an angel. But, you know, it's all good. Like, we're not getting into this discussion tonight, Yogi.
Show. That's the show's lore. That's the show's mythos.
I know. Let's just go.
My goodness. Anyway. I've heard some good things about Containment. I don't know if anybody... I haven't seen it either. But I might check it out. It's only like a few episodes in. It's just premiered recently. I think I'm all caught up with Grimm. That was a show that kind of lost its zip for a little bit, and now it's getting good again. Of course, Supergirl just had their season finale a couple weeks ago, so that's done. Last Man on Earth is still going. I think they have like a few episodes left this season, maybe 2 or 3. And it got into some really awkward stuff, namely the whole notion of having another man inseminate your wife. And I was like, oh my god.
Wow.
I know it's the end of the world scenario, but
That's
like,
kinky.
That's I don't know. I don't know if any man like is really that secure that he could be like, yeah,
Yeah,
you
go
can do
ahead.
it all.
Inseminate
Yeah.
my wife, sir.
Yeah, it's for the good of the world. I mean, yeah, I guess in that scenario, but still, it's got to be awkward. So like, I like the way they tackle that consideration. I haven't caught. I for some reason, I missed the last Agents of Shield. I don't know how I missed it. Is it really good? I hear the latest Agents of Shield is really good. You have any insights you can share real quick without spoiling it?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Man.
The last thing I saw was...
I'm just going to say 2 words.
Okay.
You ready? Grant
Yeah.
Ward.
That's it. Yeah. Well, yeah, I know that already. Yeah.
That's it. I don't want to spoil it because like it's him. But
that's a spoiler. It's a spoiler, and that's kind of a spoiler, and it's on its own anyway.
But it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that show, they've done such a great job making that show strong on its own. Because at first, that show was kind of there just to kind of provide a backdrop for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Mm-hmm.
But now Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think, is strong enough that you can enjoy it on its own and not have to really watch the movies or even be a Marvel fan. I would even say the same thing about Agent Carter. It's just they're both great shows. Sadly, Agent Carter hasn't been renewed, and it won't be.
Yep. Nope. Agent Carter made it 1 season. And that's it.
No, 2 seasons. They had 2 seasons.
I'm sorry, 2. Yeah.
Yeah. But a shame. But at least Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s still going. Now the show we gotta talk about. And we'll talk about Gotham. I know you're not watching it. I'm not caught up
go
on
ahead.
Arrow.
Go right ahead and Gotham.
No. Well, the only thing I would say about Gotham, Barbara versus Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people like the big thing with Gotham is people are like the fans are split. Like, do you like Barbara more or Lee? And is Barbara changing her tune? Or is it all a big ruse? Like, is she in for the long game? This show, like, if you don't like Batman, if you're not into superhero shows, maybe you don't give 2 shits about DC. Don't even think about that. Just watch it for what it is in itself.
One of these times,
it's a fun story.
Yogi, we're gonna have to do it. I know we don't like to do it because then it just spoils it. But at the end of the seasons, we need to go over the whole season. Like, we need to, like, maybe set a time on the show and be like, go over the seasons, and like then we can actually talk about what's going on. You know what I mean?
Or we could just join some of our friends that do show related podcasts.
We could. I need to get in
Do round
contact with
table.
some of those guys anyway.
Because Chip does Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. cast.
I don't really think Chip likes me, so.
Oh, don't worry, he doesn't like anybody. But we love him anyway. No, he said several times he really wants to get back on the show, and he always says hello to you.
Right.
Just when it comes to social media, Chip, he gets annoyed very easily sometimes. Like the other day, we did an episode of Social Dozen, and he said something by accident. They didn't want to say it on air, and I played up on it. Just so you kind of, I didn't realize it was that big of a thing to him, and then he just tried to play it out, and okay, I didn't get his hint, and then we're doing this live, but then on the final cut, whoever was editing it didn't remove that part, even though he said he was requested it be removed. But like, I think he thinks that I did that, and he's kind of upset with me. Yeah, this is Chip. You think we're old and salty? Chip's got us beat.
Yeah, that's.
He's doom and gloom, man.
Yeah.
That's why I love him. He's fun.
That's all right. Chip's Chip.
I mean, Chip's already saying that the video game industry is going to implode. It's going to be a video game crash, and it's like,
Well, it's
fire and brimstone with him. I'm like,
good lord, dude. No, it's not.
I'm like, I don't think it's that bad. I think actually it's in a good place. We need to have more focus on quality than quantity. People are like, there's not anything to play. I'm like, let's tell us stuff to play. It's just less of it, and there's more quality. I feel like, but if you're not a multiplayer game, then you're probably not very happy. Anyway, back to shows. So Gotham, I'm loving that show still. Nothing new there. I haven't caught up on Arrow, but I've heard there's some crazy shit going on. The last thing I saw was, spoilers, Dark's return, which, me and you already talked about it ad nauseum, how stupid the whole premise is, because they could have avoided the whole scenario, but whatever. And now supposedly Black Canary is back, but how? Because nope, can't. Yeah, you know what? If that's confusing, just watch the show, catch up. Worth it.
Well, do people know who Black Canary is? Like,
well,
some people don't know. They know him by the names on the show. They don't know him by because Arrow's always been the Arrow. They don't know that Diggle is what's his nickname?
Diggle's just Diggle, whether he puts a helmet on or not. He puts a motorcycle helmet on, and suddenly he's different.
Well, I'm saying no, Diggle's Diggle, and he'll always be that way. But it's something like. Diggle is like I can't remember the name that the nickname, because then they gave
is he like the Spartan?
Yeah, the Spartan, and then the Red Canary. Which one is I can't think.
Well, no, Sarah's the White Canary. That's the canary, the only canary that matters.
Well, who's the Black Canary is I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
It's supposed to be Laurel, or is it?
I didn't think the Black Canary was Laura. I thought she was.
Yeah, see, Thea is
because
Speedy, that's right.
She's the one that has the supersonic voice, and she's got a superpower. Didn't even know it, dude. Like that's a superpower in itself.
No, but she's got the freaking voice. The
enhancer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tech. Yeah, and Thea's Speedy. There is no Red Canary that we know of officially. And then Roy was supposed to be Arsenal, no? But they kind of wrote him off the show, it looks like.
No, like, at one point, Speedy was like Red Arrow or something like that, because, the color. And that's what Roy was supposed to be, and then he was coming Arsenal, and then it was like, it just changed all up because it was, hell, I don't know. It was just...
No, Thea is Speedy. That's Oliver's nickname for her.
Yeah, but I'm saying they was planning on she was gonna be,
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff they were talking about, like from the writers' room and all this stuff that never really happened. That was a while back though. But I still like Arrow, but I think Flash is the strongest show. That's the show we got to talk about.
Flash is getting really, really good.
Yeah. And
what can we say? Like, what can I say? Because I really want to say something. Like I really want to,
Well, the biggest thing to me is Wally West a bit annoying to you, or is it just me?
Which one is that?
Wally West, Joe's son.
Yeah, he's kind of like one of those guys, one of those kids that are fucking stupid as shit. You know what I mean? Like he's just dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's like they're trying to make his character more likable, and he's kind of becoming more pivotal. Like in the comics, if you don't notice, Wally West is the Flash in one of the Earths, one of the dimensions. And I don't know if it's gonna happen in this scenario or what, but obviously they're keeping him around for a reason. I don't know. There's something about him that really. He's kind of a dick just for the sake of being a dick. Maybe that's what I don't like. So, I don't know. Maybe he appeals to people that like dickish people. Or if you're a dick yourself, you might like him. But I guess me, like that kind of personality, I just want to kind of just punch him. It's like, he's just kind of a drama queen. It's like, dude, come on, stop it.
Yeah, he's kind of. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like he's not the right person for this.
No, not the actor. It's the way they're writing his character for sure. Because it could be Will Smith there, and I still find him annoying. Because he actually looks like a cousin of mine, so like that's not the problem. I have no problem with his look. It's just the way they're writing the character and the way the character carries himself. BFT says Wally starts off as Kid Flash. He becomes the Flash when Barry dies. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Well, obviously they're setting it up right now because he's looking up to the Flash. The Flash saved his life. Yada yada yada. So I think they're turning the character around, but initially, like, he really just rubbed me the wrong way. So he's coming around. I mean, the way I look at it right now, for a while, I was like, well, yeah, Jay Garrett, Zoom, maybe a dick, but still, at least they're interesting. But, I don't know, that's kind of my line of thought. Wally, I think he needs to come out on his own. Like, I like to think the fact that he kind of designed the engine. They need to play up on that more.
Yeah, they need to utilize it, especially at this point in the show. I can't say it too much, but especially at this point in the show to kind of give some of that what's lost back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying not to say it too much of it because I don't want to give anything away.
Well, it seems like that's going to be resolved in a span of like 1 or 2 episodes anyway. So
I hope so.
There's no way they're going to keep that going. It'd be grating, especially since the whole reason that happened is kind of self-inflicted wounds anyway, But a random thing I noticed with the Flash is if you ever look at the clocks, and I don't know why I started focusing on this, but I started noticing, like, every time there's a clock in the scene, and they don't, like, pan out and blur it, it's, like, just frozen in time.
Yeah.
I wonder how deliberate that is, or if that's just filming thing that I never noticed before. But I'm noticing that more and more as like this clock's set at 2:40.
Every single moment.
It's like, it's a hint. Man, all the CW shows in the DC universe are pretty much wrapping up for a big finale, so can't complain there. And the 100, I can't watch tonight's episode. But let's move on to. Did you have any other shows that you watched, Obi?
I watch all of them. I mean, Legends of Tomorrow. DC's Legends of Tomorrow is another one that we've been watching the hell out of, which that's getting really good. It's getting ready to tie in with Agents, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say.
Wait, what's tying with Agents?
DC Legends of Tomorrow.
No, that's separate universes, man.
No, not. Hold on, let me get my.
I'm like, wait a minute, DC Marvel crossover? That's blasphemous.
No, I'm not. I know. Anyway, let's just move along. I lost all train of thought. Anyway, let's get to the Flash that we already talked about. Haha, just kidding.
Yeah, we. But now I think we're done with shows. Unless you have anything else, then we can talk about some games we've played.
Yeah, man, we rock out some games.
So, real quick, did you mess with the Miitomo app?
No.
The game, quote unquote.
No.
All right, so we'll talk about that when you get in on it. Because it'll be a cool community thing. It's a stupid thing, but it's a cool way we can engage with people that we don't normally get to engage with. It's available, Miitomo is the Nintendo social network that they call a game, but it really isn't a game. It's kind of like Animal Crossing meets Ask FM. It's basically just you create a me, your avatar, and you get to interact with other me's, ask questions, get to know people, rate people, comment, stuff like that, and put on costumes. And it's neat. There's potential there, but like with anything else like Nintendo does, it's like they experiment, they kind of wet their feet, and then they don't really go all the way. So hopefully this is Nintendo finally realizing that social media is not a fad and it's something they really need to be a part of. And it looks like this is what's encouraging about it. They're finally realizing that. And hopefully they'll realize that not only social media is important, but they also need to empower the community. So there's a lot of potential here. Hopefully they'll add some mini games, and then it could be a really cool thing. But for now, it's like just nice being able to look at people that our followers on Twitter or people that we connect with on Facebook but don't really know, and getting to know on a different level. Yeah, it's good, silly fun.
Definitely.
Now, actually, before I get to that, Battle Ages. If you like Clash of Clans, it came out last week. I meant to mention it. I played a little bit of it. Not for me, but it is cool. I can see why people can enjoy it. It's basically Clash of Clans, but on Xbox One. So check it out. So Hearthstone, Whisper of the Old Gods came out. This has been an unusual expansion because rather than them doing a single player adventure or some like the typical kind of expansion, all this was what they did was they did a lot of like balancing changes, UI changes. They basically revitalized the game, and rather than just trying to monetize it, they released a new expansion of cards, and you could buy card packs. You could buy a bundle, but they're giving away, I think it's like 13 packs as a reward for completing quests just by trying out the new features. It's basically a new way to play the game, and I don't think they're trying to change the competitive scene. They're trying to because for a while the meta in Hearthstone was becoming kind of stale, and they finally said, all right, well, let's force people to try new things by making it so that in standard play, which is the new mode, and the old mode as we knew it was called Wild, in standard play, you can only play with classic cards and whatever sets were released within the last 2 years. Not the last 2 sets or last 2 expansions, but the last 2 years. So believe it or not, Hearthstone is more than 2 years old. So basically, Naxxramas and Crystal Naxxramas and Goblins vs. Gnomes. You can no longer use those cards in standard play. So it's been cool because I'm going back to all my favorite decks and kind of rebuilding them or just making new decks altogether. They finally broke down, a while back, and they added the feature we've been asking for forever, which is more card slots, more deck slots, which that was a huge thing. So Blizzard's really listening to community. They're keeping the game fresh. I think this is really awesome. And they did all of this stuff. I really feel like they're really listening to our concerns. The only thing I'm kind of sad about is that essentially they made mech decks completely useless, and they're not really viable now because all the stuff to support mechs is pretty much out the window. And I really did like mechs decks, like my Shaman mech deck and my Priest mech deck, and everybody had a good mech
Mage
deck.
mech
now
deck.
I can't use the Mage mech deck. Yep. Now you can still do it, but it's not as good as it used to be. By far. They nerfed the shit out of Hunter. I don't know why. They keep nerfing Hunter more and more. I'm like, I haven't even played against a Hunter in forever. Like, I rarely see a Hunter. I used to love playing Hunter, but they keep making Hunter less and less attractive. Like, I just don't get it. And people like give it a week before the best decks are made. Yeah, but that's really in top tier competition. Like, I'm not really worried about it. And now they have recipes. Like, you get recipes from Blizzard, and they're gonna release recipes periodically, and you get to use those recipes and then build upon them. So that's pretty cool too. If you're not a good deck builder, but you like playing Hearthstone, you can start off with a nice deck and then make it your own if you want. That's pretty cool. Bobby?
Yeah, I'm Hearthstone. I'm slowly kind of getting back into it, it's one of those things where if Hearthstone on Xbox?
Nope, but it's not happening.
Right now me and PC games are just not meshing right now. Like it's not anything that I'm, it's not anything bad or anything. It's just I'm concentrating more on console, so I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it, doing some research on my own. Like I know all those cards you can't use anymore, which most of my decks were made up of those cards. So it's like I'm starting over, and now it won't even let you use it. So it's like you don't have to worry about, oops, I put this card on accident. You can't even use it anymore. So it's something that I think it's bringing Hearthstone back to its original state. To say, like, you need to start using this, and then we're going to put some new cards out and give you some better advantages for different things or different situations or different decks entirety. I feel it's going to be something good. I honestly do.
Well, the cool thing is that they made it really easy to transition over because all you really have to do is open up a deck and click convert to standard, and they basically walk you through it, or you can use one of the recipes. So they made the game a lot more accessible. So
And a lot more noob, let's say, just use the word noob friendly.
well, yeah, that's what I mean by accessible. It means everybody has a chance to be competitive without like devoting their life to it. But yeah, if you're brand new to TCGs, then this is probably the most noob-friendly game out there in that space. It's the complete opposite of Magic. Like Magic is not a game you'd want to be your first TCG. It's just way too much going on in Magic, and much as I love it, it's just not the game I'd introduce people on. But one thing I did notice is, not only did Blizzard give us the carrot and the stick, but and it's kind of overwhelming in a way. I think it'll pay off in the end. I'm not even gonna say anything bad. I have nothing bad to say. I did notice though. This is one thing I did notice. Everyone's running Cthulhu right now, so it's kind of funny because they're trying to keep the meta fresh and force people to be more creative. But everybody's running Cthulhu and all the support cards for that, essentially, no matter what class they're running. And Cthulhu, basically, his effect is when he comes out, he does X amount of damage to random enemies on the field based upon how much attack he has or something. Something weird like that. I forget the exact way it's worded. So, like, if you buff him through all these cards that have a global effect of buffing Cthulhu, when he finally comes out, he's like a 20-20 or an 18-18 or a 15-15, and he does massive damage. He's just a huge threat out there. So it's like everybody has him.
Right.
But it's week 1, so it's still too soon to tell. It's the new shiny, so everybody's gonna play with it. But I love how generous they're being, giving you like all those card packs to open up and get those cards and get a feel for them.
I kind of like the way they're going to, because it's giving, like I said, it's giving the game a new beginning, I guess you could say. It's giving everybody that point to, or that choice. I mean, you can go up, buy a whole bunch of packs, and you think of like all the pros, they're going to go spend $300 on packs to make sure they get all the cards. But it's to the point where it's kind of starting over. So like the player that's been playing a while, like you, just casually, could actually have a good chance. Like, you got to redo your decks and everything, but can have a good chance to win again because you have all these people that went and basically just bought a shit ton of cards so they could disenchant or make the ones they need or whatever. It's like an equal playing field.
Oh yeah, and I used to stream like Hearthstone, Soulforge, Scrolls used to be like the kind of games I stream almost exclusively. I missed it at times, but the thing about it is, like, when you get into those ecosystems, like, people especially just play those games and they act like that's all you play, and it's like that's the downside of it. It's like, no, I love this game. Doesn't mean I know all the ins and outs, because you know what? There's other games I play too.
Right.
But anyway, that's just another rant for another day. Speaking of, deck building games, or TCGs, whichever way you want to call them, Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. Now, this game is so underrated. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is arguably one of the grandfathers of what we know today as TCGs, as CCGs. And this is probably the best game they've made, at least on console, and not handheld, but definitely one of the best, if not the best. There's tons of card packs you could buy with the in-game currency, so they're not microtransactions. You buy the game and that's it. You have everything you need to play, no hidden transactions. But the coolest thing about it, not only does it have multiplayer, but the campaign is actually compelling because you get to play with all the different sets, play against and with the characters from all the shows and comics over the past, 2 decades? Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out in 92, 93? That's a lot of
Yes.
that's a lot of content. A lot of content, and you get to play from Yu-Gi-Oh, original Yu-Gi-Oh through GX, 5Ds, Zexal, Arc V, Arc 5, whatever it is. And like there's a lot of content there and tons of stuff you can unlock. Um, really underrated game, and it's like something that I haven't heard anyone talking about, which is shocking to me
Mm-hmm.
because it's a great game. So I want to give some love to Yu-Gi-Oh real quick before we get into the games that you and I have both been playing. Obi, what have you been playing? Anything in particular you want to mention?
Nothing serious. We've been playing a few games called Black Ops 3. Yes, Yogi's playing Black Ops 3, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, his son originally got him into it, which was kind of cool because he's sitting there going like, I don't know if I will ever want to play this game, whatever. And he's actually playing it, so it's I'm having fun with it. I've been playing it. You guys have been seeing it on stream. Been kind of having recently, like when we've been getting on, we'll get in a group of 4. We'll get a couple of the IQ guys, or we'll get like War Kid, Yogi, and his son, or whatever, and play. And then it's just all of a sudden it's just lag fest USA, and then it's just no fun. But when it's not a huge lag, it's pretty good. Why not play just Titanfall? Titanfall is one of those games that I am going to download and play because I've watched a bunch of videos. I've watched some more streamers and stuff like that play that game, and it looks just like Call of Duty basically to me.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem I have with Call of Duty. Black Ops 3 is like, I'm like, why don't I just play Titanfall? Because like, all right, if you don't have laggers and you don't have cheaters, then it's great. But that doesn't seem to happen very often. I feel like, I don't know. That's my only complaint. But it's just a fun game to play and that's really why I broke down, because it's a game that everybody's playing.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to be good, but everybody's playing it. I mean, if there was a game where you get to play as a turd and throw pieces of poop at everybody, I'd probably play it if everybody else is playing it. I mean, that's Rocket League, and I play that. What? Who said that? That's mean. I'm kidding. Rocket League's an okay game. Obi, you had nothing to say about that.
I don't. I don't necessarily like Rocket League. Again, that was one of those games where I played it because other people were playing it.
Yeah.
And I had it on PC, and it was something that it was something that I just decided to play just because it was. Again, it was just something that somebody else was playing. I had a controller; I could actually play it, and it was good.
BFT asked if we've played "There's Poop in My Soup."
No,
Oh
no,
man, is that
I
a
have
thing?
have not played that.
I might check that out.
I don't intend to play that either. Just saying.
Oh man. I also played. I went back to Hotline for Miami, and I think that might be a future Retro Friday game. What?
Be right back.
Oh, okay. I played a little bit of Descent Underground to play some more of that. That game is a great tribute to a very impactful game from the 90s. And it's still cool having that concept of 360 degrees of free movement is something we don't really see as often today. And there's a good reason for that, because it's kind of overwhelming, but it's really cool. I think this game might be better with a joystick, but with keyboard and mouse, it's serviceable.
What's that?
Descent Underground.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically you get to drive around, fly around in little drones, different kind of drones, and have like different loadouts. Think of Elite Dangerous, but strictly PvP focused with like an arena style of gameplay where you have pickups, power ups. That's basically it. I played a little bit of Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition, and I might have to revisit the game. Maybe I'll stream that from PC at some point. Obi, you played Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
Obi.
Yeah. Me, you, and Fatal. I've been playing a little bit of like I've been playing, of course, the EA stuff. Of course, we've been playing Madden. Sunset Overdrive has been a lot of. We played it, and the first, like, you could ask Yogi, the first 5 minutes, I was like, well, can we go play a different? Because I wasn't getting it, basically. I was like, okay, I'm riding these rails. What am I supposed to be doing? He's like, shooting these things. And I see a whole bunch of things coming out of everywhere. I'm like, oh. So once I get it and we actually, you know, start running, and the more you ride a rail and the more you shoot people, the more points you accumulate, and there's different things that you could do, and you can do combos and do like a trick or whatever and do, and that's why I'm getting the that glass game, the
Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, the parkour game, just because it just we were playing with Fatal, or I was thinking about it with Fatal, and that's the kind of game we like. I mean, just to go crazy off walls and do some crazy jumps, and all you got to do is hit the buttons, you know, that you need to hit. It was, you know.
There's a game like that you like. You probably pick it up for like $5 now. It's called Wet. That'd be right up your alley. It's like playing a John Woo film, you know. It's just madness.
Right. I've also been playing some the NHL 2K16. We've been playing, like, we're gonna actually play NHL 2K16 and actually try to get the. We have to use the Ultimate League, but it's you know it's better than nothing right now. But we're gonna be trying to get a league or a franchise in this too. So, like I said, EA games, I'm playing them, especially with EA Access and all that good jazz. It's why not?
That's all you got?
That's it. I'm right now. I'm not playing very many games. I mean, I'm playing the shit out of games right now, but it's basically the same games. Really. Yeah. I'm not really a diverse game player. You guys know. I play the same 4 or 5 games. We were playing Smite for a while. We're kind of chill on that right now. We're playing all the betas right now is what we're doing. But like when Battleborn comes out, I'm gonna probably get that. You know, I don't know. I'm losing train of thought tonight. really easy.
By the way, BFT wants to recommend, if you like Descent, he recommends Sub-Level 0, which is a similar kind of feel to the game, but it's focused more on looting, and it's a roguelike, so it's like get as much loot as you can per run. And it's pretty cool. Like it says, take control of a lone gunship pilot whose mission is to loot and craft ancient technology. Yeah, sounds pretty dope, and has full controller support. So that's always a big plus in my book. Cause you know, a lot of times you do want a keyboard and a mouse instead, but it's nice to have that option.
Right.
So, I know we only got like 15, 20 minutes left. So, are you ready to get into our feature discussion?
What feature we have left? Yeah, definitely.
So, tonight, we're going to talk about the game, and better yet, the franchise that everybody's been talking about, which is Dark Souls. And the theme of the discussion is returning to Dark Souls and punishing / roguelike games. We're going to look at real quick. This is kind of a primer to the Dark Souls series. You know, what it is, why it appeals to people, why it turns people off, and really what's going on there, kind of the trend with going almost backwards in video games. And we'll explain what that is. You know, because Dark Souls really has one of the strongest, most avid communities out there. And, you know, with that passion, it can also be very caustic. And it's not, and because of that, it's not very accessible. So, you know, the chances are you either really love the series or you hate it. And then no in between, it seems like. So what is Dark Souls? If you ask me, it really feels like Bleach, the anime, turned into a game, splashed with a fair bit of Elder Scrolls. That's really what it feels like to me. More importantly, it's kind of a return to what classic games used to be, where classic games, they're not hold your hand. There wasn't these forced tutorials. It wasn't obvious what you had to do. You had to kind of just, it was trial by fire. And you just rinse and repeat until you got the hang of it.
Mhm.
And because of that, you felt more accomplished, you know, when you made progress, right?
Right.
And Dark Souls, any of them, contrary to popular belief, Dark Souls 2 is not easy, especially if you play Scholar of the First Sin. You know, the people saying that are really hardcore and devoted Dark Souls players that are also on crack, because it's not easy by any means. But it's easier, I suppose, than some of the other stuff out there. But, you know, this is a game, this is a series where little mistakes can cause huge setbacks and throwing of objects. So that's the basic gist of it. So, you know, Obi, you know I love roguelike games. I remember when we used to talk a lot about roguelike games. You know, I love them because they're challenging, and every run you do on a roguelike is fresh, right? Dark Souls is not really a roguelike, but it has that punishing aspect to it. Not much RNG, but it's definitely punishing, and it's one of those things where you have to like learn the mechanics and the nuances to get better at it and have longer runs, right?
Right.
Now the problem I have with the game is that, and I know this game has a huge following and people absolutely adore it. First of all, I love the fact that it has kind of that anime flavor to it, but it's very subtle. But if you really look for it, you can tell it's there. Like, you can tell this is a Japanese game pretending to be a Western production. That's really what I feel like when you really start digging into it. But the problem I have with it is that it's a game that, first of all, the multiplayer, the people that I know that love Dark Souls are not really into the multiplayer. They barely even talk about it. And that's a shame. I think it's a missed opportunity because I think this is a game that would be better if it catered more to people that like cooperative experiences. Because as a solo, playing a solo, it's scary. It's intense. You're sweating. You're like it's more risky.
Definitely.
But it doesn't suck you in as much. I feel like when I finally figured out how to play this with other people, it completely changed the game for me. Like it made it from like okay to awesome, and it's a huge difference. I just feel like there's not enough sense of reward. Like the reward is not commensurate with the challenge. You know, and that's the and BFT's talking about PvP scene, but I'm talking about cooperative.
Mm-hmm.
The PvP scene, that's cool, but that doesn't appeal to me. Like, because I can see it's just more min-maxing stuff. Like, it's one of those things where everybody ultimately has the same kind of build, and that's also another sad thing. But cooperative, I think it's fun. You know, that's where it really shines. Because I think for PvP to be really appealing in any game of this kind of in this ilk, I guess, is you'd want to have more variety in the loot, and I think that's where it lacks a little bit. So there's not like, oh, you have to run hex XYZ.
Well, yeah, that's what any game needs, really, because if
every
you think
time
about it.
I did the research. I don't know if you looked at it, Obi, but it's like everybody's guides. It's like everybody ultimately has the same end game build, and that's kind of sad to me.
Right.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Obi. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was just gonna add that it's something that I don't want what Joe Schmo has. Yes, he does very good damage, and this just any game. Like, he does very good damage, or he does what he needs to do with this. But what if I'm playing a different character? I don't want to do the same thing. Even if I'm playing the same character, there needs to be more variety. And I'm not talking just like Dark Souls, but I'm talking just in any game that's based with gear. There needs to be something to where, kind of like what the Division does with their sets. Okay, I know I'm not condoning the sets. I think it's stupid, but it's something that I can go off and get a sniper rifle with an AR with scopes on both, that I can be long range DPS and be just as effective if I have somebody that has melee with an SMG. I know you can't do division melee, but you know what I mean? Or have that, you know, that huge LMG with an SMG to back up for, you know, somebody that's going to tank. You know, that has 150,000 health that can just tank the shit out of anything. You know what I mean? There needs to be something. There needs to be more diversity with what's going to happen for end game. If you want to be a long ranged damage dealer, they're saying you got to have this exact sniper rifle, you got to have this exact AR with this exact scope and these attachments. If you don't, you're not going to get to your base. You're not going to get the damage that you need. That's stupid, man. Because I've seen so many more people in different games, and even WoW. Okay, WoW is kind of one of those things where it's actually pre-cut. Like, and I'm just going to use Gladiator and Conquest because I don't know. Gladiator's Conquest is better than Gladiator. Once you get the Conquest gear, you don't need the Gladiator gear anymore, but it's basically a preset set of gear. All these games that are coming out now, these open worlds and all these games that are trying to be PvP oriented, they got to put it out there to where there's more customization, to where I can put, just because I think, you know, just because it's giving me a little bit more speed, or just because it's help me draw my weapon faster, or I can heal more, or I can do this. You know, it needs to be an individually based game. Now, if they're having something with, you know, they got hip accuracy and they're a sniper, okay, you're just stupid. But I mean, like, you know, if it's something relevant to that class or to that specific talent set or that spec or whatever you're going to call it, if it's something that actually fits in with the spec or the talents that you're running, like I said with the long range DPS and like the division, I'm not going to put hip fire accuracy on my sniper rifle. You know what I mean?
But
I'm going to put, it would be, but I'm going to put stability and horizontal stability more than likely, maybe some head crit damage. But that's what I'm going to put, because I'm that, I don't know. We're saying the same exact thing. It just needs to be more diverse with what gear, it doesn't, I don't want it to be that cookie cutter, this is the best gear, you have to have this or you're not going to be able to do the thing. That's stupid.
Yeah, and that's only if you're doing PvP in Dark Souls. From what I've seen in gameplay videos and write-ups, for PvE, it looks like you really do have the freedom of choice, and that's what I like. And as I said, again, this is where the game shines, is the co-op. Right. That's where it gets exciting. Like right now, I have one character that's kind of a tanky strength character, but it's got a little bit of speed. He's kind of a jack of all trades, but also some like long range abilities. And then I also have a sorcerer that's also like that has a dagger as a backup, and she's pretty fast, so she get the hell out of bad situations. So, you know, I'm kind of messing around a little bit, and I'm having more fun with it. You know, once you figure out the nuances, it's definitely rewarding. But you know, it's really weird too, because like, you know, for a game that people love so much, like finding people that really like will take you under the wing, it was kind of hard. I finally found someone that like actually joined me and had answers. Like finding answers for this game is really rough. It's like a secret. Like a lot of people that love this game don't know a lot of the nuances. Like they think they know. I figured out a lot of stuff on my own. I'm like, oh, so this is why I couldn't play online. Oh, so this is why I can't matchmake with this person. Cause like there's all kind of weird stuff. Like you have to be within a certain level range in order to do co-op, and they have like the ultimate gear and put way too much time into it. Like it had to matchmake it so that it'd be someone within my skill range and put as much time into it.
Right.
BFT says that Dark Souls 2 is also harder for co-op. The soul level system takes away from your pool of players so much. Yeah, that's really what's rough. You have to be like within the range of the person. So like it looks at how many souls you've collected over time, and that's what it matchmaking you at. And I think it's like a 10% threshold. When you're starting off though, I noticed you could be within like 5-10 levels of a person and it'll still matchmake you. It's really weird. Like in order to connect with someone,
right.
BFT says that Dark Souls 2 is also harder for co-op. The soul level system takes away from your pool of players so much. Yeah, that's really what's rough. You have to be like within the range of the person. So like it looks at how many souls you've collected over time, and that's what it matchmaking you at. And I think it's like a 10% threshold. When you're starting off, though, I noticed you could be within like 5-10 levels of a person, and it'll still matchmake you. It's really weird. Like, in order to connect with someone, you don't like just invite a friend. You put down like a sigil on the ground with soapstone, and then someone can summon you into the game. Or if you want to invade them and be a bad guy, you could put down a cracked red penis, and then you can invade another world.
I don't know if the cracked red penis is the thing that we're shooting for, but you know.
I mean, it's like a lot of weird shit. Like, that's part of the charm of the game. Is like it's so obscure. Like 99% of the items you look at, you're like, the fuck is this for? It's like, raggedy crooked twig. It's like, okay. And then, you figure it out. Pharos' contraption condom. Like, what? Like, it's so obscure, and that's part of the appeal. Like, I get why people love it. It's like the intrigue of trying to figure out, like, and then just trying to figure it out, and then like putting it together. Like a lot of people say, like, oh, to really enjoy this, you have to watch YouTube videos, but that's bad advice. Like, I really feel like that's stupid because, like, who would want to play a game where the only way to figure things out is to watch a video? I think there's enough context clues in there for you to figure things out on your own. Now, before we wrap it up, I do want to say one thing. A lot of people say Dark Souls 2 is like the worst of the series, and I think I finally figured out why. Because I went back to Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition, and the original Dark Souls is a lot more linear. And a lot more about the solo experience and the challenge of it. It's a lot less forgiving too. But I think a lot of people complain about Dark Souls 2 are playing the vanilla one. But Scholar of the First Sin, I can honestly say from what I've seen myself and just being a noob, relatively speaking, compared to like hardcore Dark Souls players, they've done a lot to make the game a lot more challenging, and it's not easy to exploit. Like, you can't do the backstab cheese. You know, they add a lot more enemies. They switched it up a lot. It's tricky. BFT says to be matched with someone, you need to be within 10 to 20 levels to be able to. Okay. And he says the password system in Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 eliminates that requirement as it only matches you with other people using that password. That makes a lot more sense. Like you shouldn't put a barrier for people to do co-op with you, unless their mentality is, well, you don't want someone overpowering your game, making it, carrying you through it, because it eliminates the fun of it and the challenge. 10 to 20 levels sound about right, but I tried to join with War Kid, and he was level 12, and at the time I was level 32, and he didn't let me. Or maybe I was 35. Yeah, no one knows for sure. That's the thing. Like, there's no firm documentation of what the actual threshold is. Some people say 10%, some people say 10 to 20 levels, some people say 10 levels, But other than that, like, if you have Dark Souls 2 on Xbox One, you haven't jumped on the hot newness, or you actually love Dark Souls 2, and you just want to play that more, hit me up on Xbox Live. I'd like to join you. YogiZilla. That's my name. But yeah, I think people complain about Dark Souls 2 because they played the vanilla one. People are saying, "Oh, it's too easy to farm souls." Yeah, but you kind of do that anyway. Like, there's always a trick to grind in any RPG, so you can get better and then get past a hard part. That's kind of the thing to RPGs, right? Just grind, and then suddenly you eventually become kind of overpowered. And then it does kind of have a tutorial, so maybe some people don't like that. Like, oh, it's telling you what to do. But I bet you a lot of people aren't reading those little signs and figuring out that, oh, it's actually helping me figure out all the core mechanics. So, I mean, I skipped it the first time.
Right.
So.
Well, if you guys do want to let us know what you guys think, you guys can call us up or text us, 646-801-2149, and we'll respond next show. We do want to let you guys know that HorsePLAY Live is everywhere you can listen to or download awesome podcasts, including allgames.com, Player FM, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. Please take a few minutes out to thumbs up, favorite, subscribe, and share. Even better, we love some reviews and comments. It's quick, it's easy, it really helps us out. Huge thanks to everyone who has been promoting our content. We love you. Thank you very much. You guys like eye candy? We do too. We have YouTube and Twitch, youtube.com/geekyantics, twitch.tv/geekyantics. But here on Geeky Antics Network, in collaboration with All Games Radio Network, we have tons of shows that we cover with a wide spectrum of topics. We can't possibly plug them all. So if you guys want to go check out your favorite show, go to geekyantics.net/schedule. You could also see some of our flagship shows on Twitch aggregate feed over at geekyantics.net/podcasts. Guys, don't forget the intro and outro is brought to you royalty-free by TechnoX. That's Techno with a K. That's technox.com. Go check him out. He's got plenty of music for everybody. And, of course, you guys can find us everywhere. YogiZilla everywhere. Literally everywhere. Obi1X2 everywhere. Guys, Xbox Live, Twitch, Twitter, wherever you guys can think, look us up. But if you guys are listening to us on allgamesradio.com, we really appreciate it. And make sure you stay tuned. The Dex Pixel Live Power Ranking Show is up, followed by Knuckleballer Radio at its new time every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to hang out, click the live or chat button, and just hang out with our friends. Now, remember, the B-Team Podcast is now, or has been, and for a while now, Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on our unofficial sister network, All Games Radio Network. Guys, appreciate it. Obi1X2 here. That's YogiZilla over there. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Word.
Again, guys. It's Obi1X2. That crazy dude is
Is
YogiZilla. We'll see you guys later.
Obi said